And so we are underway as the gun is off for the women's 5,000 meters. A race in which the likes of Dorcas Inzikuru, not really her specialist race, but back then in the day was quite the name to look out for. But today we have a start list of 13. I see 9 of them in action. But the start list had the likes of Chelengat Ruth from Air Force Army SS, Ninsima Christine again from Air Force, Nancy Nadia Martin Aparu from South Sudan. South Sudan also represented by Ajeth Cecilia Thalang Julie, Charity Chebet representing a plethora of athletes from Uganda Police Athletics Club. The rest including, of course, from the same club, Esther Chekumoy and Charity Cherop, Esther Chebet, and then from Uganda Prisons, Angeline Chelimo, Chemtai Belinda from Prisons as well, and Scarlett Cheptegei, as well as Chepteyok Faith from UPDF Athletics Club. But this start list having 13, but on the track itself I can count about 9. So probably 1 or 2 of them not being able to come through this one. So they go 12 and a half laps, led by bib number 078. And 067 is also hanging around. So 078 is Cherop Charity from Uganda Police. But it's too early to call this one. (5,000 meters). Women. So, of course, at the bottom here, bib number 006 and 005 really racing against themselves. Chelengat Ruth 005 from Air Force Army SS and Ninsima Christine from Air Force. 078 again, yes it is, as 067 hangs around. 067 is Chebet Charity. 078 is Cherop Charity. So the two charities at the front in this women's 5,000 meters race. They go around 12 and a half laps. Peak event is out of this world, and Sefan Hassan has done that before. She eventually won the marathon at the last Olympics, but this is one of her favorite races there. Not so easy to bounce back from the duties of motherhood and then balancing it with sports excellence. So we see 100 and 067 as the new leaderboard. It's a bunch of 3 now. 100 is Chebet Esther from Uganda Prisons. 067 is Chebet Charity. The other charity is possibly among the 3 who are leading with about 7 laps to go for the, as you can see in your picture. Of course, the field events are going side by side with the track events. I can see the long jump from my vantage point of view. We'll be updating you, of course, in our subsequent shows about who did what, especially in terms of the field events. The biggest attraction, you know, is on the tartan and the track in general. So, this trio remain shoulder to shoulder. They have 4 laps to go, the 2 charities. plus 1 Chebet Esther. Exchanging position, but only separated by an arm's distance. Now, if we are to go by this, looks like we might just have a photo finish in one of the long races, which is a rarity, obviously. Who can forget Rinish Dibaba, the Ethiopian, breaking so many records across this race globally. Of course, plus her sister, all seemingly of the same size and looks. But that's a story for later, possibly, as they lap another athlete. The 2 charities and a 1 Chebet have 3 laps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no blinking here. Looks like it's going to be a photo finish in this one. Looks like 067 is sort of like falling off, Chebet Charity. If I remember the bib number off the head, gap is widening a little bit as they take this bend. It will be the 2 protagonists. So now it remains a battle between 078 and 100. Looks like the shoulders dropping off Chebet Charity, but 100 is Chebet Esther. 078 is Cherop Charity, the top 2 or the leading 2. We have 2 laps to go. Brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. What an interesting start to the day. I mean, a dominant performance from the leader in the 10,000 meters earlier on. And now, 2 ladies separated by less than a meter, as we have less than 2 laps to go in the women's 5,000 meters. Wherever Sarah Cherengat is, she must be very proud seeing some of the other budding talent trying to make an attempt at her record. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at the bell, it is bib 100, Chebet Esther in the lead. Meaning 1 lap to go. It's now less than a lap. Chebet Esther looks like she'll have too much for her opponents today. Well, we thought it would be a photo finish. Looks like she had other ideas altogether. Chebet Esther on the final bend, obliterating the field with energy to spare. Final 70 meters. Esther Chebet will obliterate the field. Bib number 100 wasn't initially in the picture, but she takes the day here in the women's 5,000 meters. Chebet Esther from Uganda Prisons Athletes Club, the winner of the women's 5,000 meters here at the second national trials. 078 comes second. Cherop Charity, not the photo finish that we had predicted, but